Good evening to you. In every single aspect, we always try to win your respect by doing even things you don't expect. So whatever you suspect, you're free to join in and inspect, because based on now in retrospect, we're going to show you we're better than every other prospect. As we bring to you our exclusive basketball show on Nigeria Info tonight. It's Courtside, as we call it, and it's a huge delight to be back on air, certainly for the exciting and tantalizing conversations around that very popular sport, basketball. It's going to be game on later on the broadcast, don't forget. Then and there, we're going to be speaking about all the football stories and the latest from the Australian Open. For now, though, for the next 35 minutes or thereabout, our focus is strictly on basketball. And on the show for tonight, we have the latest from the NBA for you as always. We don't have league action in Nigerian basketball for now, though. But we're looking forward to a busy 2023 that should offer us the FIBA Men's World Cup. Hopefully Nigeria qualifies for that. And also the Afrobasket competition, which is more like the Nations Cup for the sport, the women's version for that matter. And that would dominate our presentation for this evening as we speak about the three-time back-to-back African champions, the Tigress of Nigeria, and if they're going to be going for that competition or not. My name is Chuma Noli. Welcome to the show. I'm in great company, as I do have Daniel Chuguma in the mix, as we expect Azubike Onicha, who comes in shortly. Dan, good to see you, bro. Good evening.
Thanks. I'm doing good. How's it been?
I'm okay, man.
Good evening, Lagos.
Play January, don't they finish?
Yes.
And it's just a reminder of those targets that we set for ourselves, man. Boys have to go out and hustle for this money.
Have to also, at the point we thought, January was a leap year.
With extra days, right?
Extra
41 days or thereabout, really.
You know.
Okay, so we're going to get into it immediately to come. Like I did tell you, the latest from the NBA games that were played last night, games to come later, and where the teams stand as we build up to the All-Star experience, the All-Star game next month. But, like they say in Pidgin, really, but basically they don't say it how I say it. This is how I say it, really, which is before we come out, make we see what's in the happen for our domot. Let's check out what's happening around us before we go somewhere else. Okay?
True.
And the Afrobasket competition should happen later this year for the women's game. Now, it's a competition that has given Nigeria so much success in recent times. In fact, this is the best era for women's basketball for Nigeria. Before now, the best era we had was between 2003 and 2005 when we were African champions back-to-back, beating Mozambique in the 2003 final and then beating Senegal in the final 2 years after. But never in the history of Nigeria have we been African champions 3 times in a row. They call it the tripit, which is exactly what you heard from Daniel. Let's take your minds back to that experience 2 years ago in 2021 when our girls conquered the continent to emerge as champions again.
1 minute, 46 seconds to go here in this fourth quarter. Nigeria smelled blood in the water at the top of the fourth as Traore and Ogoke. That will do it, ladies and gentlemen. Your African champions 2021 are none other than the Tigress from Nigeria with their three-peat.
You got that part, really. That's a repeat twice, tripit 3 times. That's the reality is for our girls, really. By the way, we're streaming live on Facebook, and hey, this is a topic I know that so many people will love to talk about based on what we got last year. I know there's still people who have issues with the Minister for Youth and Sports Development on the diary for that decision last year. So get ready to join us. It's a very simple question and something that everybody can connect with. Yeah. If your sister were to be in the national team of Nigeria, the Tigress, would you advise her, based on what happened last year, to come around and play for them in this Afrobasket competition this year? That's how simple the question is. By the time we finish sharing the story, you'll be in a better place to tell us if you're going to be telling her to come and play for Nigeria again or not. That's where we are on the show for tonight. So, yeah, that's success for us. Coming in 2017, we beat Senegal in the final. 2019, we beat Senegal in the final again. And then it was 2021 when we emerged winners over Mali to win the African title 3 times in a row. Check us out on Facebook. Just go to Facebook and search for Nigeria Info 99.3. That's Nigeria Info 99.3. And you can watch what's happening in the studio live. You can also drop your comments or read out your comments from the Facebook portal, as well as your thoughts via WhatsApp, Twitter, using at Nigeria Info FM, and the phone lines. We'll be as interactive as we can be, as we do every time we come around for Courtside here. So these girls, having been crowned African champions 3 times in a row, Daniel, now went to the World Cup in between the success of 2017 as African champions and the victory of 2019. They went to the 2018 FIBA Women's World Cup, and we got to the quarter-final stage of that competition. Nigeria's best ever performance in the World Cup in women's basketball.
In history.
The World Cup comes up once every 4 years. So we went to Africa again, conquered in 2019, went to the African continent again, conquered in 2021. The next World Cup was going to be in 2022 in Australia. We're number 1 on the African continent. We're the very best from Africa. And while qualifying for the World Cup, we had to beat a world number 5 team to qualify for that World Cup. And the girls, led by Adora Elonu, the captain of the side, had huge dreams and targets for the World Cup.
But when we get there, we're definitely always trying to aim for a podium finish. Whether it comes with disappointment or not, that's our aim, our goal. But to still take it a game at a time. We keep saying, let's try to shock the world. I think we've done that. So to use it again is, quite repetitive, redundant, but that's still our goal.
Okay.
I think the world kind of knows what we're about, but if we still have to keep improving, we're ready for that. Yeah, we're ready for that.
Captain of Nigeria's D Tigress, Adora Elonu, speaking exclusively to Nigeria. And for some time in March last year, building up to the World Cup, which was going to take place later in the year in Australia. And she spoke about the fact that they wanted to go there and not just shock the world anymore, because having gotten to the quarterfinals the last time, it was now a dream of trying to be amongst the medalists in the tournament. And then 2 months to the World Cup, Daniel. Issues with the federation, the basketball federation in Nigeria, back and forth, politics and otherwise, ensured that the Minister for Sports, Sunday Dare, stepped up and said, enough of this infighting. We're banning Nigeria with the permission of the President of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari. We're banning Nigeria from international basketball. And these girls cried, please, we've qualified for the World Cup. Please, help us, please. We suffered to qualify for this World Cup. Forgive us. Forgive what the guys are doing in the NBBF and all that. And the minister said, no, I have to do this so that there's structure in the NBBF. That's the Nigeria Basketball Federation. And then Nigeria got thrown out of the World Cup by FIBA, and they gave Mali our slots. We qualified for it. Mali didn't qualify, but they gave Mali our slots. They took that, and Nigeria missed out of that World Cup. Now, before the World Cup, the president now overturned with the minister that ban, but it was too late because we already had been thrown out of the World Cup. So with that experience, now there's going to be Afrobasket this year. We're asking you, if you have a sister who plays for the national team of Nigeria, would you advise her to come back to play for Nigeria in the Afrobasket competition or not? Daniel, you come in now.
You know my answer to that question.
No, I don't know. I'm going to act like I don't know. Please tell me.
You know my answer to that question. Each time I remember what happened last year, 2022, regarding the sports federation and the sports body and basketball national basketball federation.
Yeah.
It just highlights the level of them not conflict management. Zero. I mean, in conflict management, there's what they call issue field.
Okay.
So you have to identify what the issue is, then look for how to streamline and make things work. So nobody thought anything through. They just woke up one day and someone just felt in their, I'm feeling bad today. In short, scatter everything, and it affected a whole lot of people, not just the players, the fans, the reporters, everybody, because a lot of people had planned towards going to Australia, and it was crazy. Then Mali got there, and the performance was, I don't even know what happened really. Then they got fighting. I mean, it was crazy. And the sad part about it is this: we will not still learn from this mistake, because if you look at what's going on now, the president has already been said, we already know it will still happen again.
Wow,
that's just the sad part. So the thing is,
what will you tell her? If you had a sister who's in the Tigers, who's mentally preparing for Afrobasket 2023, will you tell her, go there to your country, forget about what happened at the World Cup and the fact that you guys couldn't go and build again? Because let's be honest, too many of these players, like Adora herself, who's the captain, have hit their 30s now, so they have passed their prime, so they cannot wait again for another 3 years before the next World Cup. It's not like they are 23 years of age. Many of them have been there with this team for a while. Yeah,
so this is the thing. It still brings us back to what I've been highlighting for the past 5 years. What's happening to our league?
Okay.
How many players do we have, or have we groomed home base so we can fuse with the foreign-based players and actually have a team. Every year in, year out, we always depend on these ladies coming through. These ladies are always not taken care of. They foot their own bills. They treat their own. So many of them have had injuries.
Yeah.
I've had personal talks with some of them. We've been on Twitter Spaces. And you hear certain things and you go like, are these people really like the people managing basketball in Nigeria? Are they like? Do they understand what's really going on? Then after going through all that, and then someone wakes up and says no more basketball. Then you now want these players to come and go through the same thing they've been going through for the past how many years? No, it's sad. It doesn't inspire confidence.
Alrighty, reports are saying that Rwanda should host the next women's Afrobasket. We're hearing that by July that should be settled. The reality of Rwanda getting the hosting rights for that, so we can have that for 2023. Let's go now to get your thoughts. Please keep them coming through via the Facebook portal. There's also WhatsApp and there's Twitter using at Nigeria Info FM. If you had a sister who plays for the Tigress of Nigeria, the female national basketball team of our country, would you advise her to come around and play for this Afrobasket competition this year? Yes or no? And please back up your advice with reasons too. Now, it's a big thing. Don't get this twisted. It's a big thing to win Afrobasket. Here's Ezine Kalu, one of the stars in that team too, speaking to Nigeria Info after they did it 3 times in a row.
I always use Afrobasket training camp and the tournament to kind of prepare me for France, get my body right, get me mentally prepared. So I'm kind of excited that happens right before I leave. The tournament, I think Afrobasket over September 29th. And I think I have to report to France like September 30th the next day. And we have our first game is like October 2nd or October 3rd. So soon as I finish Afrobasket, I'm going straight to France, and then I got to turn around and play in a couple of days.
All right, this is Nakalu there speaking to my colleague Overdose and telling you why it's important to play in Afrobasket. This was as at 2021. 0700 993 993 993. That's the number you can dial to join us on the show tonight. That's 0700 993 993 993. For our female callers, because this is female basketball we're speaking about too, we'd love to hear from you for a show. 01 465 7190 is the number for our ladies. Well, just distracted a bit because I'm seeing some messages on WhatsApp, but let's mix it, calls, WhatsApp and all that together. Dan, please. Thanks.
Good evening.
You're live on Courtside. Good evening. Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome to the show. What's your name, please?
My name is Charles. I'm calling from the island.
Nice to hear from you, Charles.
Yeah. Well, as they say, people take the character of the leader. It's unfortunate what happened. But you're as good as your last game. It's your career. It doesn't matter what has happened. You have to shake it off, chin up, chest up. So if I have a sister, I will advise her to buckle up and put your hand in the deep. This is not about career. This is about your career. It's about you. So you can do it again. Let's leave what has happened. Thank you very much.
All right, fantastic advice. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Charles, great to hear from you for sure. One more call and we go to WhatsApp. Hi.
Hello.
Please turn down the volume of your radio set.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Thank you. Good evening.
My name is Fred Johnson.
Welcome, Mr.
Welcome, Mr. Fred.
And I'm an elderly somebody. I'm listening to your presentation and I want to say congratulations to you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And in respect of what you asked us to contribute,
Yes.
I will say that Nigeria system or Nigerian government, all leaders need to be talked to. I've been trying to ponder on these kind of things over and over again. How can young ladies suffer, try to groom them and bring your name to the world, and at the end of the day, there's total discouragement, there's total uncalled decision you don't even need to make at all, because you need to reason out everything before you take those decisions.
You all said.
I will say those young ladies should not be discouraged. Let them continue. Probably sometimes somebody will come and bail us out of this quagmire. Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Thank you very much, sir. Great to hear from you. Let's go to WhatsApp now. By the way, in defense of the minister, his argument kept being that something had to be done for there to be unity in the leadership of the Nigeria Basketball Federation and also for the development of our basketball league in the country. And that's why he had to advise the president to come through with that ban. Else, nothing would have changed according to him. So That's his defense, so you can get the other side of the story too. Over now to WhatsApp, Dan, please.
Yeah, so we have Victor from Ayobo. He said, "Good evening, guys. If I have a sister there, I will advise her not to go."
Wow.
And we have Chris Echo from Yanokpaja. If it was my sibling or family member of the D Tigers team, I would just tell her or him and tell their teammates and tell the sports minister and the NBBF today to go and play the tournament themselves and strictly adhere to this stand. Interesting. Someone said, Chuma, hell no.
It's funny, the callers are saying give the Nigerian government a second chance. You know, you're playing for your career. The WhatsApp people are saying no, we'll change the nationality.
They change nationality.
Finito, don't vex for this time.
And that's Prince. Nada en Español.
All right, great to hear from you. We'll read out more of your comments. We're going to focus on Facebook too with your thoughts, so please drop them over that platform. After this commercial break, this is 99.3 Nigeria Info, and we have the latest from the NBA for you too. It's our Courtside show. In about 15 minutes, we'll switch to Game On. For now, though, let's keep enjoying the very best of basketball after this commercial break. Stay with us.
Flour Mills of Nigeria PLC FMN is committed to creating an integrated supply chain that can provide stakeholders with complete access to high-quality, fair-priced products. FMN continues to provide the needed support to its business partners through capacity development and the establishment of a sustainable route-to-market structure. Through its R&D strategy, FMN has created an agile route-to-market structure that allows for seamless product mobility and delivery from the point of processing to the end users. From farm to table, the group has created a resilient and sustainable supply chain structure. FMN is committed to affording Nigerians complete access to high-quality, fair-priced products from cultivation to final consumption, while accelerating food processing, value addition, and the sustainable development of its supply chain. The group is passionate about feeding the nation every day and is a source of livelihood for millions of Nigerian families. FMN, feeding possibilities, transforming lives.
My guy, waiting the path now. Almost don't see the result. Guy, no be small thing, no, but trust you now. One parallel. How you doing now? Fine, I be fine. Now, so small house party go in place tomorrow. Jubo Kese go expect you for here tomorrow.
What time?
6 p.m. sharp.
Why you dey rush talk now?
See, my credit goes finish. My credit goes finish.
For this new economy, now your credit dey finish.
I beg send me another thing.
Gas speed your meter. No need to rush your call. Buy Glow SIM, and when you submit your NIN, then go first sama you up to free 20,000 naira for voice and data. And when you can't even subscribe to Glow, 11 kobo per second. Now to the make calls for as low as 11 kobo per second to all networks. It is available to new and existing subscribers. Terms and conditions they shall.
Unlimited.
People they talk with one voice. Them say na Asiwaju Bola Tinubu them want as president of Nigeria for this president election.
Bola Tinubu na the man wey we all know.
Now him God use turn Lagos to the best state for Nigeria.
As Asiwaju do for Lagos, na so him ready to do am for the whole country.
Vote Asiwaju Bola Tinubu for president of Nigeria. Kashim Shettima as vice president. Vote APC. We want Flour Mills of Nigeria PLC FMN is committed to creating an integrated supply chain that can provide stakeholders with complete access to high-quality, fair-priced products. FMN continues to provide the needed support to its business partners through capacity development and the establishment of a sustainable route-to-market structure. Through its R&D strategy, FMN has created an agile route-to-market structure that allows for seamless product mobility and delivery from the point of processing to the end users. From farm to table, the group has created a resilient and sustainable supply chain structure. FMN is committed to affording Nigerians complete access to high-quality, fair-priced products from cultivation to final consumption, while accelerating food processing, value addition, and the sustainable development of its supply chain. The group is passionate about feeding the nation every day and is a source of livelihood for millions of Nigerian families. FMN, feeding possibilities, transforming lives.
Wake up, sleepyhead. It's girls' day out.
Fine. What's the plan for today?
Okay, so we have a 9 a.m. hair and nail appointment at the salon. At 3 p.m., we're going to watch the new superhero movie, have drinks with Emeka and his friend at 6. At 8, we're going to try out the new restaurant at the mall and...
All that in one day? How?
How?
Easy, my love. Start your day with a bowl of cereal made specially with Olympic milk. Let's get going.
Enjoy the goodness of Olympic milk to own your day. Olympic milk. Stay active.
Book a ride on Anaya to move around Lagos. From Lekki to Oshodi. From anywhere to everywhere. Try Anaya and you won't go back to your old ways of moving around Lagos. Hurry and download Anaya app today and get your first ride for free using the promo code First Ride. Anaya. ANAYER. The power to move.
It's a new dawn for Nigeria. Oh, better days are coming. Better days that gives us hope and strength.
It's a new dawn in Nigeria. The firmament portents a bright future as the people of Nigeria move to vote a man whom they have come to trust. That man is Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. Vote Bola Tinubu as president of Nigeria. Vote Kashim Shettima as vice president. Vote APC.
Bring the smiles back to all Nigerians.
Many people they ball, but some people they call them agbabola. Why? Because they know they carry second. Join Roberto Carlos, the new Bet Winner Africa ambassador, for the winning side. Make yourself they win like no tomorrow.
Roberto Carlos looking for the bend.
All you guys do now to join the Bet Winner draw. Visit Bet Winner NG on social media and send the question correctly, and use the free turn Bet Winner agbabola just like Roberto Carlos. Terms and conditions apply, Sha.
My people, it's that time once again. Hammer chance here again, so my people don't go. You got to take good care of your skin. Got to check on your skin, so it's not like sandpaper. Make sure you rub your hands, oh yeah. Make sure you rub your legs and your face, oh yeah. Thanks to Vaseline, everything's so smooth.
Vaseline Petroleum Jelly shields you from the harsh effects of harmattan. Created to lock in moisture, Vaseline keeps your skin smooth, soft, and protected.
So soft, and thanks to Vaseline.
Kelvin, my colleagues will be in town, and we need good vehicles to rent for the period.
I got you covered, bro. You can find great choices on the Urban Fleet app. All kinds of vehicles, including ceremonial luxury vehicles and even construction earth-moving equipment. Whether you're renting for a few hours or for many months, get the app on your app store and on www.urbanfleet.biz.
99.3 Nigeria Info, your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
Of the Nigerian national team, and you're listening to Courtside on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Welcome back to the concluding part of Courtside on Nigeria. My name is Chuma Malin here with Daniel.
I must always make you laugh,
Yeah, I know. I think that you need to go after a lady whose name is Nancy, because it's glaring you always tickle her fancy. Seriously. Okay, welcome back to the show. Let's accommodate more of your thoughts. Thank you for always sharing them with us. And then Dan will wrap things up by touching on the latest from the NBA scene. Well, we have been speaking about Nigeria's the Tigress before we digress as to the reality of the fact that there's going to be an Afrobasket competition later this year, which is the Nations Cup for women's basketball. We are African champions. We've won the title 3 times in a row now, so we're going to be going for title number 4 in succession. If we can assemble a team to go there and compete at the highest level. And this is the same generation of players who qualified, or the same squad who qualified for the World Cup last year but couldn't go to the World Cup because the Nigerian government banned Nigeria from taking part in international basketball. Well, that ban was overturned later, but it was too late for us. So we're asking you, if you had a sister who plays for the Tigress, what would be your advice to her? Come and play for Nigeria at the Afrobasket competition, or based on how they treated you guys last year, don't come. Which would that be for you? Let's take 2 more calls now. 0700 993 993 993, and for our female callers, 01465 7190. Please keep your thoughts coming through via WhatsApp and Twitter too, and even Facebook. How are you doing? Good evening.
Hello.
Yeah.
Good evening.
It's your name. Looks like you're doing testing the phone lines 1, 2, 3. You just were never too sure of yourself, or were you? WhatsApp is also bubbling, of course, and it's certainly nice having a chance to hear from more persons. The guys on WhatsApp seem to be tilting towards the direction of telling their sisters, don't go anywhere. Can't play for another country, Max, according to one of the guys who dropped the thoughts on WhatsApp. Over now to the NBA, the latest from the NBA. We're going to get back to the phone lines when the head of that line is correct, really. Dan, what's up? We got games last night, didn't we? And we expect more to come.
Yes, we did. Great series of games. Everybody just trying to keep it all together. All thoughts and all minds towards the playoffs. After the All-Star game, back to business. Last night's games, we had Los Angeles Lakers beating the Trailblazers 121-112. We had the Nets beating the Warriors 120-116. Kyrie Irving was just cooking it. We also have Phoenix Suns beating the Grizzlies 112-110. Denver Nuggets fell to the Oklahoma City Thunder 101-99. That was a very, very, it was just close. Toronto Raptors kicked the New York Knicks 125-116, and the Heat did it on the Pelicans 196.
Alrighty, so the results of games from yesterday, you have an idea of the games to come tomorrow, early as of this tomorrow morning Nigerian timing shortly, but tonight in the USA. But this is how the teams stand, the top 8 sides.
We have the Celtics, on Eastern Conference we have the Celtics, 76ers, Bucks, Nets, Cavaliers. Miami Heat's coming in 6th. And on
New
the
York
West,
Knicks and the Hawks 7th and 8th respectively.
And the Western Conference we have Denver Nuggets, Memphis Grizzlies, Sacramento Kings, Pelicans, Mavericks, Clippers, Suns 7th, and Minnesota Timberwolves coming in 8th.
Okay, so you have an idea of how the teams stand. The NBA All-Star experience will be next month. I'm personally counting that to that. I'm counting down to that. I'm hoping it's going to be so much fun when the time comes around for that, for sure. So Dan, looking ahead now, as we wrap things up in the next few minutes on Courtside Tonight, what would you love to see in basketball in Nigeria this year? Whether it's the female national team or it's the women's league or it's the men's league. What are those things? We're still in the first month, so we still have 11 months to get you right. What would you love to see?
First of all, both the Ministry of Sports and the NBBF need to wake up. That's what I have to say.
Just wake up.
Just wake up.
Okay, so we can play Kiss Daniel for them, yeah?
Exactly.
Don't sleep, wake up. But are they waking up to collect their money or to pay their money? Which one? I don't know. Okay. 0700 993 993 993, the phone lines. That's a number that has several branches, and also 01465 7190. That's how you can speak to us. Also Facebook, Nigeria Info 99.3, or WhatsApp and Twitter too at Nigeria Info FM. One call. Here we go now. How are you doing?
Good evening.
It's great to have you join us on Courtside. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, what's your name, please?
My name is Marvelous.
Welcome, Marvelous.
Hi, Marvelous. So what are your thoughts?
Yeah.
All right, call us back if you can, Marvelous. Apparently there's a problem. Let's get to some information from Dan right now. Something happening in Lagos,
Yeah, so we have the Women's Basketball League, WBL Foundation. They're having an initiative with the veterans, active players and other stakeholders who have come together with a shared vision to improve the welfare of their fellow women in basketball and create opportunities for growth. The foundation will be collaborating with the Lagos State Basketball Association, the LSBBA, to implement programs in the long term that will improve the welfare of women in basketball, explore and expand the opportunities basketball provides for women, and mentor the new generation of female players. So the venue would be at the Indoor Sports Hall of National Stadium, and it's between the 28th and 29th of January 2023. So if you're looking for us, we'll be there.
I copy that, sir. Thank you so much.
Yep.
For the games for tonight, we're going to be having the Milwaukee Bucks against the Detroit Pistons. Boston Celtics will take on the Orlando Magic team, and it's certainly going to be Atlanta Hawks against Chicago Bulls. These games come alive from 1 a.m. our time, between 1 a.m. and 2 a.m. our time for some of these games. And Minnesota Timberwolves will take on the Houston Rockets. Okay, some of the big games to look ahead to in the NBA for the early hours of tomorrow morning Nigerian timing. Okay, on that note, do they say Nigeria time? I don't know, whatever the grammar is now, but I don't know, man. Nigeria timing, thank you, without the end. Okay. On that note, we have to rest our case now and wrap things up on Courtside Tonight. Dan, Always a pleasure doing this with you. Azugo, tell us what happened.
Yeah, maybe really he's part of the presidential committee.
He's paving the way to Lekki to sort things out.
Yeah, maybe or his container has landed. The first set of containers have landed.
I know, right?
So we have to know what's up. Hope you have your account number ready.
Yeah, so please, people should transfer money to me. I'm looking for money, please. Thank you.
Yeah, and please, we are still soliciting to get sponsorships on the show. Please feel free to reach out to us. Every little sponsorship counts at this point.
You don't hear from the businessman himself, really.
Yep.
You check us out on social media if you want to have conversations with us. Catch him at Daniel Chukuma on Twitter. The Chukuma has an H at the end of it.
CHUKWUMAH. Or you get me on Instagram, Daniel_Rowan9. Yeah, hit me up and I will respond.
Okay, you heard that for sure. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Chumanali. I'll see you guys on the other side of the show, and that will be Game On. Kicks off in just about 60 seconds time. As far as Courtside is concerned, we're done for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll meet you guys in 7 days' time when and where we will have so much to speak about, more things around the great sport, basketball for sure. Good evening one more time.